miracle number 34. Again, there is a miracle associated with the story in his life about about the milk that he drank. But before I get into the actual miracle, we mentioned about Abu Hurayrah radiallahu anhu last week, and we gave a little bit of introduction. So continuing from that introduction, this Sahabi radiallahu anhu, he was from a very poor family, and he used to live towards the area of Yemen, and he accepted Islam as a very teenage person, very young person. Now after everybody migrated to Medina, he was still in his home country Yemen, and when he reached the age of like about 26 years, he arrived in Medina. That was about the time of Battle of Khaybar, and about 7th Hijri year. So when he came, he was single, he wasn't married. He had a mother though. He had a mother, and his whole purpose, his whole aim, his objective was to learn the deen of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That was, he was so much thirsty for knowledge that he was like willing to dedicate his life. So many people, what they do, they started their own business, they were involved in market, they got married, this and that. But Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, he dedicated himself for seeking knowledge. And we saw last time how Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam made dua for him, and he became a very knowledgeable person because of that dua. So, as I said, he was very poor, he didn't have a job. So there was a group of people in Medina. They were famous with the name of Ahl Sufa. So these are the people who were like guests of Islam, who were the students of knowledge, who would just sit. They had a space near the masjid, and they would sit there, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would give the halaqah and the recite verses and a hadith, and they would learn from him directly. That was their school, that was their madrasa at that time. So Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu was one of those Ahl Sufa. And these people, as you know, they didn't have a job, they didn't have a family. So what used to happen, they used to survive is, whenever people used to send charity to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he would give those charity to these people. And we also discussed last time that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would not take charity, but he would take gifts. So that's what happened. That's how Ahl Sufa used to eat and drink from those charities. So one time what happened, Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, he was very hungry. He hadn't eaten for a long time. And he used to say that I used to lay on the ground on my liver because of hunger, to suppress that hunger. And one time what happened, he was so hungry that he was sitting on a way where people used to pass by, when going to the masjid back and forth. He was sitting on a way, and he thought maybe I can get some help from somebody so that I can fulfill my hunger. So the first person he saw who was coming in the way was Sayyidina Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. And he didn't want to say to him directly that I'm hungry, can you please feed me? Because he was like that he wouldn't directly ask like that. But what he did was that he asked Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, what is the meaning of this particular verse? He basically asked for tafsir. So Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, he explained to him what it means. Actually, Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu already knew the meaning, but he was asking him so that through his expressions and his face, his body language, he would know that I'm a hungry person now, can you please feed me? But Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, he didn't get that message. He just explained to him and he went away. Same thing happened after some time. Umar radiallahu anhu, Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anhu, when he passed, same thing happened. He asked him for this explanation of this verse. He gave it and went back. An amazing thing, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he passed, and just it's amazing that when he saw him, what did he do? He smiled. He smiled at him because he knew exactly what he wanted. That's amazing. The few people who have this capability of reading directly from the face, exactly figuring out what they really have in their heart. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had that.
We call it farasa.
Farasa, yeah, farasa. That's an amazing science, a skill that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives to very few people. And so what happened? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he figured that he was hungry, he just told him, you know, come with me to the house. In fact, Rasulullah sallallahu was, I mean, his household also, he wasn't like very well off, had lots of luxurious food items or so. So when he went into the house, he saw that his household presented to him that there's a milk, somebody gifted the milk. So Rasulullah sallallahu would drink from the gift, but not from the charity. So Rasulullah sallallahu, he took that bowl of milk. So when Abu Hurayrah radiallahu anhu saw that, he was very happy. Now, alhamdulillah, I have something to fill it. But what happened? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, go and call all the Ahl Suffah. They should have the share from this. So Abu Hurayrah radiallahu anhu, when he heard that, he was kind of upset, because he was like, I'm hungry and I need something to feed myself, and now all these people, there are a lot of Ahl Suffah people, and what's going to be left for me? Anyways, he said, I have to obey Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You know, he is giving all these sacrifices for the sake of Islam, you know, and obviously he wouldn't try to give any suggestions to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So anyways, he goes and calls them out. So they all assemble in the house, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam tells Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, take this and give it to them. Now he's like, I should be drinking first, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam telling me to start with all those people. Probably I'll be the last person. So anyways, he said, I have to obey Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whatever it is. That's an amazing obedience of example of obedience. You know, he didn't make any statement or any reply to him. He didn't even ask, can I please drink from this first? No, he said, obey. Obedience is obedience. Anyways, but when he gave it to the first person, he is like drinking, and he's drinking and drinking, and Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu is seeing that, and he's like, what is going to remain after he drinks? And he's like filled up. Anyways, when he took the bowl, he gave it to other person, round by round, one by one, and everybody is drinking full, and Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu is kind of getting surprised now, what's happening here? It's not finishing. So everybody drinks to their fill, and everybody goes away, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that, yeah, Abu Hurairah, it's just you and me who is remaining now. So Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu gives to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to drink, but Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says, you sit down and you drink from this. So Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, he starts drinking, and he gives it back to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says that, drink more. So he drinks more again. Then when he gave back, he told him again, drink more. And he drank, and he said that, by Allah, I do not have any more space left in my stomach. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he took it, and he then drank the remaining milk, and it was then finished. This is recorded in Sahih al-Bukhari. So that's the amazing miracle. So when just imagine, you know, when you see these miracles, when you witness these miracles, how the iman of the Sahaba would have, you know, raised so high, and they witnessed all these miracles, and that's amazing. And